Hey, social media, this is Tiffany Martinez. As always, I hope you guys are doing fantastic wherever you are in the world. I'm making another video. I guess this video will be entitled something to the effect, the side effects of dealing with, or the side effects of going through grief, I guess. Today I woke up again late, around 1 p.m. California time, Pacific time. So pretty much the same thing happened today as it did yesterday, except today I decided at the very last minute, I'm having a lot of pain right now. At the very last minute, I decided to go out. I actually leave the house, right? And which kind of is a mistake for me because I don't like driving at nighttime at all, like ever, even if it's an emergency. I just don't like doing it anymore. And it has nothing to do with this situation. And for those who you are new to my YouTube channel, my husband, Henry, he passed away on November 30th, 2021. So I'm still dealing with that. And I feel like it's going to be a very, very, very long journey, or whatever, nightmare, entering the woods, whatever you want to call it, for me. So the point of this video is like I said, the side effects of grieving. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but I decided to make this video anyways, and it's probably going to be short because I'm driving. I don't know. So I go into the store, I park the car, I put the car in neutral like I always do. I've been driving stick shift, 5-speed since 1996, so whatever that is, like 30-some years, right? And I'm not saying I've never done this because everybody makes mistakes, right? But tonight, all of a sudden, I left my keys in the car, right? And I didn't realize this until I paid for the stuff. And because you know how like at certain stores now, they basically treat you like a criminal when you're about to leave the store. They want to see the receipt. Even though you may have used self-checkout and they saw you pay for the shit, they still want to see you, with the receipt. So I kind of like humor them and just show them the receipt because I just want to get the hell out of there and get back home. But I'm struggling to show them the receipt because, like, fuck that receipt. I'm looking for my keys, because that's more important at this point for me, is my keys, so I can get the hell out of here when I get out of the store, So he's looking at me. He's like clearing his throat, like, ma'am, you got your receipt. Look, you just saw me pay for things. So if it was a problem, don't you think that cashier would have said, ma'am, you didn't pay for yourself, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I have the receipt. I can't find my keys. So instead of him being a gentleman and helping me look possibly, through my, the two bags that I did have, he decided to just say, well, do you have your receipt? Like, he wanted to handle his business first, like his store business first. Like, I'm literally standing there hunchback. I have a cane in my cart. I'm literally defined as a disabled, handicapped person at this point. But you think I'm gonna challenge you and run out the store? I can barely stand up. So I'm like, I hand him the receipt, and he's still not even offering to help to look for the keys. And he's just like, have a good night, ma'am. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, did I just leave him on the register thing? Like, I'm just trying to, just think back. So I go out to the car, and well, first I just peek out to where I parked, which was obviously the handicap spot. So look, I look out there, and my Beetle is still sitting there, right? So I was like, well, that's cool, right? Like, so if the keys are in the car, like, nobody stole my Beetle, which was really, pretty cool, because they could have, because there's nothing wrong with my Beetle. It runs just fine, right? Despite what people, may have to say about my car. And, that being said, real quick, there was a car parked right across me that looked pretty brand new, and the hood was up. Like, she was struggling to get her car started. It was a fairly new car, but I don't know exactly what was wrong with it. But she had the hood up, and she was waiting for roadside. Whatever the reason why, I don't know. But back to the point of this story. So I look on the dashboard, because sometimes I leave them there, as I'm getting out the car, so I don't drop them, because like I said, I have problems, or whatever. And next thing I know, I reach into the car before I start putting the two bags in the car, and I just immediately feel on where the ignition is, my keys are there. So it's like, well, I immediately show gratitude, to the universe. I show gratitude to the ancestors, and I show gratitude to my husband, for looking after me, because anybody could have done something that night, and they didn't. But because that particular parking lot that I was parked at, it has those police things in the parking lot, so it is fairly safe in that parking lot. In regards to, the theft is very extremely low, and like, they don't have the little cops that, I'm not saying cops, I did say cops, but I meant the patrol that they have, that, the higher security that they have that drives around. Well, they don't have that. They have the actual police in the parking lot, but they're in the sky, and I'm thinking that is pretty cool, So people don't really, there's not that much crime over there, right? It's a really nice city, and it's not Palm Springs. So I was like, well, that's pretty cool, So anyways, I mean, I was just grateful that, that everything, worked out, because, I mean, I wouldn't have panicked if my car would have been stolen, because one, that's what insurance is for, and two, I still would have gotten home, because I just would have just gotten home, because that's just the way it is, I would have just found a way to get home. I wouldn't have called somebody and be like, hey, I don't have a ride. I would have just did what I normally do, which is just figured it out, and I just got home. I mean, the only thing I would have lost was, my Beetle, and the stuff that I have inside that means everything to me, but I've already lost everything that means everything to me. So, the bouquet of the Volkswagen flowers that my husband decided to be him, like, really creative, and he decided to, put them all together, because I came home and I was upset, like, kind of like a kid, because I was kind of upset because, I've had my Beetle since 2012, and I came home, and I don't know what happened. I think it was like really windy that day, and I was riding with the windows not down, but I had the moonroof open a little bit, and I thought one of them blew out, but I had them not Velcro down, but you know, like the double-sided tape stuff. Well, I had them, like the double-sided tape with the daisies on the dashboard. So there's no reason why they should have blew off. But he was like, I got you. I'm going to fix it. So there ain't nothing that's going to happen to those flowers, and I don't have to hear nothing else about them. I was like, really? You going to fix it? He was like, yeah, I'm going to fix it for you. Don't worry about it. So I come back up the hallway. It wasn't even 5 minutes later. He was like, bam. And because he know I don't like flowers. Like, he know I just don't like them unless they're, like I said, tulips or, you know, orchids. But, you know, anyways, that's just another topic, another day. So he hands it to me like a bouquet of flowers. And I was like I laughed because it was cute, you know, but I liked them, you know. So basically he took the bouquet and he took all the flowers and he taped them together. Like, you know, he took some like Scotch tape and he wrapped them together, you know, which I thought was very sweet, you know. So, and now they just sit on my dashboard, you know, which is pretty neat. And so, anyways, if somebody would have taken, you know, my bug, then, you know, the insurance would have replaced it because I have that type of insurance. So, like I said, I would have just lost my bouquet, which is, you know, so, you know, it is what it is type thing. But, you know, I wouldn't have panicked about it or whatever, you know, the way, you know. So, anyways, that's what grieving does, I guess. It does a lot to a person. It does a lot to a person. Oops. It does a lot to a person. It does a lot to a person inside and out. And no one should necessarily go through that, you know? It just sucks. And that's the end of this video. And I sincerely hope that no one has to go through what I'm currently going through and what several other people have went through. Ashe.